Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to Reality Hour. I'm Adam Samuel. Today, it is the finale of Dancing with the Stars we are talking about. I'm all dressed up in my suit t-shirt. We're both dressed up for the occasion.
I put on my pearls.
Grace, my co-host. Not just any co-host, but the winner of our draft this season.
Undefeated.
Grace, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Finally on my Thanksgiving break.
Yeah, a nice Thanksgiving present. Look, you were going to win going into this. You had all four contestants. How did this happen? How did we get here? What?
I accredit it to the fact that I've watched the show more than you have. So I kind of know what happens.
Well, let's not bury the headline here. We have our finale. The results: in fourth place, Justina. Third place, Nelly. Second place, Neve. First place, Caitlin. And I gotta say, I'm not surprised, but I'm just disappointed. Is kind of how I would. I expected nothing, and yet I'm still disappointed. Like, my team is done. Grace, I want to throw this to you. How did Caitlin win this season of Dancing with the Stars?
Bachelor Nation.
Is that it?
I mean, she was good too. I mean, she was not the best dancer, but the best dancer never wins on this show anymore.
They used to.
I mean, every winner, 28 out of 29 Dancing with the Stars winners can dance. Caitlin can dance. She was not the best dancer this season, but I knew in June when she was announced as part of the season's cast that she was our winner. And I was right.
Who, in your opinion, was the last true, good dance? Like, when you said the best dancer doesn't win, who was the last best dancer who won?
It's a toss-up between Jordan and Adam. I mean, Adam had that season wrapped up in a ball the second it was announced, but rip on the athlete season.
I don't count that. It was
then Jordan, season 25, the season before that.
Was he before or after Rashad?
The season after.
Yeah. Although still, I wanted Lindsay Sterling that season. I still believe she was robbed. Which kind of brings us to the actual episode itself. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like in previous seasons, the freestyles were better.
I mean, it was hard this year because they couldn't have all the production and all the backup dancers that they usually do. I mean, some of them did have backup dancers. Nobody did a contemporary freestyle, which is usually what a lot of people go for. That's how Kelly Pickler won. But yeah, I mean, this year's freestyles definitely bottom tier.
Yeah, really was confusing. I was watching it going, like I said, I kind of thought they were usually, I just remember the amazement of Bindi Irwin's freestyle, of Lindsay Sterling. Oh God, Lindsay Sterling, of Paige and Mark. Mark, he was the best. He always gave the shows, and these were just kind of letdowns. But anyway, we've gotten a little off topic. The results themselves, was there any placing here that surprised you?
Not really. I was a little surprised that Nelly came in third, but then I wasn't.
Because I'm surprised he didn't do better.
I mean, Justina was in the bottom three last week, so I knew she was either going to be third or fourth. And I mean, I thought her freestyle was better than Nelly's, but I thought everybody's freestyle was better than Nelly's.
What's been the reaction that you've seen from the Dancing with the Stars fan base? What's their reaction to this result? And who were they rooting for?
A lot of them were rooting for Justina because, I mean, I know Matthew in the chat was rooting for Justina. Yeah, I'm not going to remember any of these freestyles either. I don't remember any of last season's either. I just completely lost my train of thought. Yeah.
What are people saying about the winner?
A lot of people were saying that Neve deserved it more, which I agree with, but I'm not going to go all crazy on us here. A lot of people were very happy that Nelly didn't win, which I was too, because he did not deserve it as much. A lot of people are proud of Daniella for making the finale her first season, which hasn't happened in a long time. A lot of people are congratulating Artem and not Caitlin, which I think is a little shallow, or vice versa. Yeah, a lot of them are
Look,
congratulating. It's like Artem had nothing to do with it. He didn't choreograph any of the numbers. He
he
didn't
just got
dance with
lucky.
her.
He was just
I mean,
put
he
in a team
did.
with her. Here's my thoughts. The result kind of just is a big meh. I mean, like I said, I just don't feel excited about Caitlyn. And I mean, look, she's competent, she's strong, she's a good dancer, but I'm just like from a viewer, like of a narrative, like watching the show, I feel like she just kind of skated to the end. She always performed later in the show. I don't think I can remember a time when she went first or even
This
like in
week.
the well,
Yeah.
know,
I mean, Matthew said more people are excited that Artem won than Caitlyn won. And I mean, yeah, this is his first win here. He won strictly.
I can't believe he won. He's usually like him and Gleb are usually like the middle fodder. Like they always go out like in the middle.
Well,
And he
Gleb's made
won.
the finale twice. This was Artem's first time making it even to the semis.
I mean, good for him. Wait, when did Gleb make finale?
Last season,
With with who?
Lauren
Wow.
Elena
Oh, when
and Jana
Lauren-
Kramer.
Oh,
They both came in fourth, though.
Jana made it to the finale?
Yeah, she came in fourth, though.
Hmm. Hmm. And Artem, he's had so many people. He's always just like a middle, like
I
no
mean,
one ever.
he wasn't invited back for last season. He came back this year and won.
But I mean, good for him. Do you think we'll see him again, or is I would like go out on a high and be like, "Thank you very much, America. I'm gonna take my trophy. And I'm gonna go off on my private island."
He's
You
getting
know,
married, so he's got that going for him.
who's he getting married to?
Nikki Bella, his season 25 partner. They actually had a
Ooh,
baby back in
really?
August. So this year he got engaged, had a baby, and won Dancing with the Stars.
Huh. That's pretty cool. I mean,
Somebody's 2020 is going well, at least.
yeah. Did you have any really major favorite moments from the season, from the episode, I should say? Anything that really you wanted to talk about, like from the big picture before we actually get into the deep dive?
Loved Derek's performance.
This is going to sound bad, but one of my favorite moments was when there was a segment about the judges writing in their books.
Yeah.
You know, like they were. It just reminded me of this Family Guy moment where basically these two news people are talking. There's a lady and the man. The lady is just talking, and while the lady talks, the man is just drawing the entire time, just drawing, drawing, drawing. Lady's talking about something, and then the man looks at the camera and he says, "By the way, for everyone who's been wondering what I've been drawing as we go to commercial," and he holds up his notebook and he says, "It's a cat," and there's just a picture of a cat. He says, "It's just a cat." That just reminded me of the segment. That was a high for me. I was that got a genuine laugh out of me.
Because Carol Baskin wasn't there.
Where was she? We needed our queen. She was supposed to be here.
Well, normally the couples like get to dance for a little bit. Like that's how they used to do it back when there was like the finale was separate from the main performance, but they don't do that anymore. I saw her costumes on the rack during Derek's performance. But no, she wasn't there. The opening number this year, the fact that we finally had one, because I kind of missed those.
Yes, it was. Overall, did you think this was a good finale, or was it
It was okay.
middle of the road?
It was okay.
Yeah, well, let's get into the deep dive. Let's talk about these performances. So, first up, we had an Argentine tango from Caitlin and
Do the
Artem.
encores first.
Right. Yes, it was encores. So, this got straight tens.
Again.
Why do anything different?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's very chancy to one, pick an encore we got a perfect score, and two, pick an encore that was so recent. She did both. This was 2 weeks ago. So I was thinking that was and she was Neve picked a perfect score dance too, but we'll get to him in a minute. It was great once again. I didn't think it was as good the second time as it was the first. But I also went into this finale knowing she would win, and this clearly did nothing to change that.
I don't know. I mean, on American Idol, when we have encore performances, I love that. I love the encores. I don't feel it works as well on Dancing with the Stars. I don't
I
know
don't think it does
why.
either.
It's because usually it's not there aren't that many big differences. Like when you get
Mhm.
an encore performance on American Idol, they're usually something different. Here, I didn't feel like there was enough to warrant a repeat. I feel like I could have just gone and rewatched the old performance.
Mhm.
But either way, still very strong. Like I said, tens, but I didn't really remember it, honestly.
I loved it the first time. I thought that was kind of like the moment where she finally made herself worthy of the win. So maybe that's why
Hmm.
she decided to do it again.
Well, next up we have Nelly and Daniella doing a samba. Um, I'm in awe that he made it this far. How did this happen, Grace? Make it make sense.
Fan base.
Is it really that? Is he? Have you been looking to see really just have that many people?
I mean, I don't like stalk or anything, but I mean, he was easily the biggest name out of this final four. And I mean, he might even, he's definitely a bigger name than Sky Jackson. Like, I mean, going into this season, he and Johnny were pretty much the only two that I had actually known before this.
Hmm. But I gotta tell you, like, it was good, but this was not a finale performance, I feel like
No.
still
It was better than the first time. This was 80s week, which was far enough back that he could actually show some improvement. I think he wants it more than he did in the beginning because at the beginning it kind of just felt like, yeah, whatever. I think now he actually wants it. He wanted it. And obviously it didn't work, but I would rather a good dancer win than a name.
Hmm. All right, well, look, good for him. I mean, I would want him. No, I don't even know. He's good, but he's that contestant that I'm always just gonna look at going like, why are you gonna here? Anyway,
There's at least one every season. Maybe you should pick that person for your team next season if there is one.
that was Carol Baskin, Grace.
You knew she was going to be terrible.
I thought Nelly was gonna be terrible, and he kind of was, and yet here he is.
I mean, yeah.
So you can't
It's
come for
different when it's different
my
when you're a
picks.
name.
I don't know.
But hey, maybe
Anyway,
Carol Baskin will actually fulfill your wish of going on Celebrity Big Brother.
oh my god, I would love that. If she goes on Celebrity Big Brother, I will
She's not. She's gonna.
podcast
I
about
feel like she's gonna crack. I mean, I don't watch
for
the show,
better.
so I wouldn't know.
Why is that a bad thing?
Like she's just gonna completely crumble under all that pressure.
I don't know. Well, let's talk about what I think was one of the very big highlights of the episode. Neve and Jenna doing a paso doble. When
Mm-hmm.
did they do this the first time again?
Villains Night. This was their first perfect score.
Yes, this was Black Swan.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason I was thinking it was my brain wasn't working for a moment and I was thinking it was something else. Anyway, very good, Grace. Very,
Mm-hmm.
very strong. What did you think?
Yes. I thought his shapes could have been a little bit cleaner, but he pulled off the character really well, and he finally trimmed his chest hair. Of course, that was the
Look,
deal he had going in with Jenna.
the dance itself was just sublime.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Villains Night again. That I think was my favorite episode of the season, to be honest.
Oh, I mean, I'm not a Halloween lover, but I love Halloween Week on this show.
Yeah, it was just
It's so
fun,
fun.
and the performances, the characters, and he just danced like a maniac. I mean that in a good way. Like just truly
Mm-hmm.
incredible. What a surprise this season. I really never thought this would be where
I
we
picked
where we
him after you picked Carol Baskin, and he was the runner-up.
Well, I don't know. You know, I wouldn't change a thing because Neve didn't win either. So
There was no
might
way
as
I
well.
was ever going to pick Carol Baskin, so
Never. She was going to be last.
not a chance.
Well, let's move on. Justina and Sasha. And
Yes.
what a bright spot also, Justina this season.
Yes.
I had such low expectations going in. She blew them away, and she was just such a joy to watch.
Yes.
Look, she came in fourth, but I think she will be one of the names people remember from this season.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about this
I might have to
performance?
start watching one day at a time now. I've never seen it. I mean, this was their first week, so this was definitely a smart choice to pick this dance again, so she could actually show that she's improved and she's grown. I mean, the first week she tied for number one in the scores with your first pick, Sky. Energy was great. Technique was a lot cleaner. I mean, here's the thing though. You cannot improve from a perfect score. You can't. But you can improve from 3 sevens, which I think was what they were going for. And that was a really smart choice. But Sasha has been in more finales than the rest of the pros this season, so he knew what he was getting himself into. He just hasn't won yet. This is the third time he's made the finale and the third time he hasn't won.
Yep. Did he ever win? Wait.
No, he's never won.
Wow. Poor Sasha.
Not yet, anyway.
All right.
I
Well,
think he'll have his time.
do you want to take a moment to talk about Derek Huff's dance?
It was so good, and that coat rack that he danced with briefly is a better dancer than Carol Baskin.
Why you gotta do Carol Baskin like that? Like what did Carol do to you?
She wasn't even there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe she's gonna be one of those that goes around like talking smack about the show and how horrible it was for her.
I don't know.
Like when
But
Misha
yeah,
Barton was on the show and she basically said she only did it for the money.
there you go. Yeah,
I mean,
the
I would say she was
performance.
there for career rehab, but there's not much of a career for there to rehabilitate.
What's she been up to since, actually? Misha Barton.
I don't know. If anybody's here watching that is up to their Misha Barton gossip, talk to us.
Well, let's talk about the freestyles, which are always my favorite part of the finale. So we have Nelly and Daniella doing their performance. They get straight tens.
All of
Um,
them did. They always do.
all of them did. What did you think of the performance?
I kind of figured they were going to do a hip hop freestyle. I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't do one of his songs.
They had to save it for his actual. He actually, you know.
Yeah, he actually got to perform. Which most of the musicians do, so I'm not mad about that. I kind of liked the beginning where they did Savage. I'm very happy they didn't do the TikTok dance because that would have just been like, good God, why?
The coat was super Cruella de Vil.
Yeah. And I mean, all
How
the
many?
chandeliers fallen were just like, honestly, I hope that moving forward, because I'm sure Danny is going to be invited back next season. I sure hope her freestyles get better than this one because I was very underwhelmed, but I didn't really expect
They were
much.
all underwhelming, honestly. Like,
I know, but like, I mean, this was the first time that Daniella and Artem got to do a freestyle. Jenna and Sasha have done, well, Jenna did one freestyle and it was horrible. And then Sasha's his other finalists never had a shot at winning. So,
well, we move on to Caitlin and Artem, our winners.
yes.
And yeah, what'd you think?
I mean, Artem's been here since season 19. He did 2 freestyles in the UK. This is his first one here. It was good. It was quite a good freestyle. I still want her to let loose a little bit more because that's my biggest complaint about her all season is that she's just been too clean. But it was a good freestyle, and I can't really deny that. And I can't deny that I knew she was going to win, and she's better than Hannah. I know that's fighting words, but she is.
Wait, I would disagree with that.
No.
What you
Hannah
really
did
think
not deserve to win at all.
Who did she beat? Who was?
Kel Mitchell came in second.
You thought Kel deserved it?
I thought he should have won.
But yeah,
But Hannah was the only one who hadn't seen the bottom 2, so I knew it was going to happen. Plus, Bachelor Nation, like I said.
I think we got to stop that. Like, no more bachelors.
2 in a row have won. They're on the same network. Just like if we were on CBS, we'd have like 1,000 Big Brother and Survivor contestants. And I would be like, who
We'd
the
be okay
hell
with.
are you?
Well,
Very
we
different
move,
show.
we move on to Neve and Jenna. Look, in my opinion, I thought this was the best one. This was the most fun of the four, in my opinion. I loved the umbrellas. I like the song.
Mm-hmm.
But it also didn't feel like a freestyle. This felt like another themed week. Like
It did.
it didn't feel like the three freestyles are supposed to be like the anthems. Like the big.
I mean, they couldn't really do that this year, though.
You could have done something. I don't know.
I mean, this did have like, a little bit of everything, which is what I liked about it. It was much better than the freestyle that Jenna did with Adam Rippon, which worst freestyle of any winner that I've ever seen.
What was so bad about it, in your opinion?
They did Scooby-Doo Papa, which was like, it was just underwhelming, and Josh Norman's was so much better. But of course, he had Sharna, who this was what I think her fourth freestyle. So again, more experience. And for those of you who are going to come spamming me saying that Bobby's freestyle was worse, still haven't watched it.
Do you think we'll see Sharna again?
Probably. I mean, although it's hard to say, though, because a lot of people are trying to see what's going to happen if Cheryl retires. Regardless of whether or not Cheryl does retire, I'm sure Whitney and Lindsay will be back unless they get pregnant again. So I think they get dibs over people like Haley. I'm sure we'll see Daniella again. Britt, hopefully. I don't know. I don't know who's going to get sacked, though, because I mean, the girls, it's a much deeper talent pool than it is for the guys.
Which of the judges not the judges, the pros have been here the longest?
Cheryl's been there since season 2.
Oh, wow.
She's almost an original.
Justina and Sasha doing a freestyle. Yeah, of all the freestyles, in my opinion, this was the most whelming, I would say.
It was very true to Justina. It was a good showcase for her, so I give Sasha props for that. Also, it would have been kind of a full circle moment if she had one, because Let's Get Loud was the song for Kelly Monaco, who was the first winner of Dancing with the Stars. That was her freestyle song. They also did Bamboleo, which Sean Spicer did last season, and we don't need flashbacks to that. But no, this freestyle was very true to Justina, and that's what I appreciated about it.
Yes, I agree that it was true to her, but at the same time, like, Let's Get Loud, like that's your freestyle song. I'm just remembering so many epic like previous ones.
We couldn't do that this year, so we kind of had to take them for what it was.
But
and she wasn't going to give us a contemporary freestyle because that's really not her thing.
Not a contemporary, but like something that screams like epic. Like this is just like Let's Get Loud is a song that someone sings on American Idol Top 13 week and then goes home. You know what I mean? I just kind of wish we could have gotten the high energy with something.
I'm very happy she got Sasha as her partner because they're both very high energy. And I think they played off each other very well. So in some ways, they might have been my favorite like partnership of the Final Four. If I were to give out like silly awards for my favorite partnership, Team Loco Motion would definitely get it. Although AJ and Cheryl come close because they actually have a podcast together.
Well, yeah. So that's kind of where we're at. The finale. We get our final results. Caitlin wins. Neve, I was kind of pulling for. I was kind of hoping at the last second. I was like, give it to him. But no, it didn't happen. So, yeah. The big question I think I should ask Grace is there going to be another season after this? What's the status there? Have we heard anything?
I haven't heard anything, although if we're going to do what we can do to change next season, if we can change 3 things, or maybe we can only change 1 thing. Because if I have 1 thing, it's fire Tyra.
Oh, if I had 1, it would be bring back Tom.
I don't care who the host is next season. I mean, maybe get Jeannie Mai to host it. Just no Tyra. If Cheryl's not going to come back, make her a judge and get rid of Carrie Ann.
I don't know. What would I change? It's not super fair to judge the season because it was during COVID times. And you could tell they were kind of they were doing what they could. But I guess what I would say is bigger names. Like, I didn't know Carol Baskin, and that was it basically for me. Like, yeah, I enjoyed learning about the new people, but I'm okay with some nobodies, and not nobodies. I mean, like, people I don't know in the mix. But there's also got to be something for me to latch on to. Like when Carol Baskin is the biggest draw for me, it's little concerning.
I would also say keep Derek, even if Len
As
comes
a judge?
back. Yeah, I mean, Derek was definitely a really good judge. I mean, his sister was too. I'm not saying we need like a judges panel of all past pros because that would just be way too much. But even if Len does come back next season, I think Derek should stay.
Yeah, I like Derek too. I think he was a pleasant addition to the judging panel. I liked him as a pro, but at the same time, if he comes back as pro, we'll probably just win again. So it's good as is. That's one thing I did like. Like I said, I liked the addition of Derek. Other things I liked, I loved Villains Night. Loved it. That was, I will say,
so fun.
The high of the season for me. I loved Carol Baskin. Grace is just shaking her head like, What else did you enjoy this season? What were some of the highs for you?
For me, some of my highs, I loved that we had an 80s week. That was really fun. I'm trying to think. This is hard. I loved winning my first draft.
Yeah, Grace. I gotta also say, just like, thank you for coming and joining me for this podcast. I mean,
thanks for inviting me on a whim.
Dancing with the Stars would not have been it would have been very hard to convince Eric. I will just say that.
Oh yeah,
I don't think I would have been able to.
I'm not sitting through 2 hours of tie a week ever again.
He can only take so much of tie, and then he just can't anymore. So thank you for watching this season with me, for sharing your knowledge of the show and the fan base, and for being that voice that I feel like Reality Hour was missing. And I just want to say it's been a pleasure having you here, and I really appreciated our discussions, and I'm looking forward to having more moving forward as we move into American Idol. To our viewers,
last change. No Disney night, or if they're going to do Disney night, can we get some different songs? Because we get the same ones every year, and I'm over it.
Just like keep Villains Night and replace it Disney Night.
Well, no.
Then we're always going to get a Disney Night. It's probably written in the contract in Mickey's own blood.
I don't want to think about that. But can we at least get some new songs? Because there's a bunch of they keep doing the same songs every year, and there are several songs that I think would be perfect that have never been done.
Like what?
Like, can we get some Un Poco Loco? Or can
we go deep? Can we go into Meet the Robinsons? Because I would totally dig Little Wonders.
I mean, the fact that we got the theme from Up was actually quite interesting. But I mean, we had it several weeks ago, but it was movie week. It wasn't just Disney week. Yeah. And stop using unknown or new movies, because even though I'm very excited for Soul, and even though Remember Me won an Oscar,
for Soul.
I mean, they did Remember Me before Coco came out, and that song ended up winning an Oscar, but nobody knew the song yet.
Did it have its debut on Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah, Nikki Bella did Remember Me before Coco had even come out.
They were doing it before it was cool. They were.
Yeah. At least this year we didn't get anything from Frozen. That was a good thing.
Well, Grace, anything else you want to discuss from the episode, from the season? Any big
Well, for one thing, it's Kio's birthday today, so happy birthday, Kio.
Happy birthday, Keo.
Hopefully next season you actually get something decent. A lot of people are hoping that we get another All-Star season. I doubt that it's going to happen because the first one...
I would like that. That'd be fun.
The first one didn't pan out as well as I think they were hoping for.
Why? What happened?
Well, for one thing, they cast Bristol Palin when she did not belong there. She didn't belong on the show in the first place. She did horribly.
Okay.
Apparently there was some rumbling. Like, literally, if they were to do an All-Star season, can we at least, like, they're probably not going to go before the first All-Star season, so we won't see Mel B again, unfortunately. I'd love to, because I loved her on the show. But if we're going to get another All-Star season, can we not get Bobby Bones?
Do they do winners?
They had a few winners, yeah.
Wow. Who would be some names that you would want to see back?
Mel B, Brandy, Alfonso Ribeiro, Normani.
Not happening. And they're not going to get Alfonso. He is off with his other shows that he is probably making a whole lot of money from.
If they were to make him the host next season, that would be amazing. I know he said he didn't want it with Tom being fired, which made me love him even more. Because, like, when he took over America's Funniest Home Videos, Tom left the show on his own accord. So then it didn't feel so dirty. But now, with Tom being fired.
I'm with you. Well, Grace, this was fun. We did it.
Reality half hour today.
Here we are. You know, season finale. Not as much to talk about, weirdly, but
no.
Thank you so much.
I kind of miss when they did like a separate show from the actual finale. They haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, those were fun. You just can't with COVID. It's just...
They haven't done it in a few years. They just do the dances, they crown the winner, and then we're done. And we get to mourn.
Mourn. When do you think the season will return? Will it be another year, or will we get a fall season? A spring season?
I don't think we're getting a spring season. Because, like, the first year that Idol came on ABC, they did the 4-week athlete season, and it was a disaster. So unless they're going to fumble the schedule around, it's probably going to be until next fall.
All right.
But it'll be season 30.
Season 30.
That's a milestone.
That's got to be an all-star. So you can do it then, right?
Maybe. I don't know. If Matthew is still here, there was some grumbling in Stan Twitter about PETA and Val, who are Jenna's husband and sister-in-law, being rather upset that they lost. Or some backhanded compliments. I mean, PETA did congratulate Caitlyn. Sorry I missed the last live stream. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, we're just wrapping up. And like I was saying to Grace, it was just such a pleasure having you join us. We really appreciate your company and everything you've brought.
Oh, here we go. Val's post on Instagram. It's a picture of him and Jenna. It says, the winner is me every single day because I have you.
That sounds like there's some
very
slight bitterness.
I mean, Val has 2 mirror balls. Derek already has one. And I wear it with pride.
And a crown. Yeah.
Undefeated.
Well, I guess just some other things to say is our schedule moving forward. So Reality Hour will be taking a bit of a break. We got Thanksgiving, we got the holidays coming up. What's going to be happening is towards the end of the year, we will be updating you guys via Twitter what we're going to be doing. We will definitely be doing some year in review / wrap up / talking about the shows, the highs.
Talking about Bobby Bones's book.
This was a bit of a low year, though, I will be honest. And I feel like I keep saying that, but how low can we go? So
this was better than Bobby Bones winning. But I don't think anything will be lower than that. Of course, I say that now.
Yeah.
And next season, we'll have Steve Wozniak on an all-star season of Dancing with the Stars.
Let's not put that into the universe. The next major thing...
I don't think he'd do it again. I don't think he'd do it again. I mean, he had fun, so maybe he would. But
well, the next major thing after the year is going to be American Idol, which...
February 14th.
the three of us, Grace, Eric, and I, in some capacity. We might do some alternating, but we will. No, I don't know. Like we will, in some
I'm laughing at
capacity,
Eric.
you will
It's not
see.
you.
You would. In some capacity, you will see us all discussing American Idol, which I am very excited for. Have you heard any spoilers?
I usually try to stay out of that. But we know that
Really?
Seacrest is coming back. All the judges are coming back. The mentor is coming back.
Eric says, I'm not skipping any episode of Idol. Yes, I'm with that. Well, here we are, Grace. We have closed the book of Dancing with the Stars. Hopefully,
Season 29.
next year will be better. You know what? Every year we should say that, even if it's a good season. We could always hope.
But then it never is.
Never is. But what I can say is I am Adam Samuel. You can find me on Twitter at Adam Soapbox. Run my website, adamsoapbox.com, and my YouTube channel where I do book reviews. So, regarding my channel, I'm actually thinking one of the first book I reviewed on my channel was The Stand, which is also the longest book I've ever read at, I think it's 1,200 pages.
Oh, jeez.
So they're actually making it into a TV show. So I think I might do, I don't know, some kind of weekly episode recap, something like that. Grace, where can we find you?
Reality2_ Grace on Twitter. I'm also a judge on Dancing with the Stars Showdown. It's a fantasy game. It's at DWTS Showdown on Twitter. We just did our Disney night tonight. So that will be posting. Matthew will be posting that. Actually, he's posting right now. We're redoing season 29, except there's no Neve, no Nelly, no
Carol?
Charles, and no Carol Baskin. So well, no, because we only had 11 couples, and so 4 of them weren't picked, and it was those 4. So the finale is already going to look different. Next, we're redoing season 27, and we're already thinking that Bobby Bones won't be picked. If he is, though, I'm giving him a 1 every single week because I can.
All right. Well, this was fun. To our viewers, if you stuck with us watching the season and our recaps, we appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we will be back.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe. Wear a mask. Wear your seatbelt. All those things.
Cover your nose with your mask.
And but you could also wear a mask and a crown. So, you could do both. Anyway, until next time. Bye.
Good night.